Kim Kardashian got famous for a sex tape that she purposely released.
Yeah. And to be honest, like, she wasn't really that good at it. I mean, I've seen the evidence.
You did?
Like,
you saw the sex tape? She wasn't good?
I kind of have an idea.
What was she giving a blowy? What was she doing?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good blowy.
I mean, I just don't know. Like, to me, I look at that image and I'm like, whether it's like, to me, it's like the Kardashians have gone so far one way where it's just like, it's just so fake.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Nancy Anderson. This is my husband, Max Anderson.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode. We're talking about all kinds of current events today. But before we get started, I'll just fill you in on our life. What's been going on with our life? One, I'm flying this weekend by myself solo, which is actually really nice. I love flying solo on a flight because it's like the most productive 5 hours. You know, if I fly from West Coast to East Coast, I just literally work the entire time and my ADHD is able to let me hyper focus for the entire time. I bang out so much computer work. It's like not even funny. It's like I can't go anywhere and there's like white noise. You know, if someone has ADHD, you actually focus more when there's like noise going on, if that makes sense. There's a reason for that. I'm not sure exactly, but
that makes sense.
I really can buckle down and get some work done. So I'm excited for that. But the reason why I'm going is my sister, my big sister, is turning 40 on Saturday.
Happy birthday, Jen. And
she's having a big 40th birthday. And long story short, her three best friends from childhood, well, her two best friends from childhood and me, which is also her best friend, but like sister, we all moved to Southern California. Not like together, but it just so happened that we all ended up here. One's in LA, I'm in OC, and the other one is in San Diego. And coming up, like planning her 40th, you know, 40 is like a big number. So she wanted to go on like a girls trip or whatever. It didn't really work out. And then she just decided like, I'm just going to throw a party for myself in Baltimore, which is where she lives, because she's the only one that still lives there. And, she was kind of bummed because she thought that like we wouldn't be able to make it, whatever. So one of us, Lori, who lives in LA, told her that she's going to fly in and attend. I am surprising her, and her other best friend, Anna, who lives in San Diego, is also surprising her. So I'm so excited because I basically haven't even been talking to her because I'm so scared that she's going to like be able to like read me and pick it up, because we just like know each other so well. So I've been kind of giving her like short text message answers back because I'm, you know, she like texted me that, she's like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? I was like, oh, nothing, you know.
You should have some pictures dialed up of the boys to send her like the day of.
I am.
Like, hey, happy birthday. Here's me at the beach.
I'm going to post on stories like some old pictures from like the beach from a few weeks ago that I haven't posted yet to like let her think that we're like at the beach on Saturday for her big party. And then I'm going to go to the venue. And I worked out with my brother-in-law. So I'm going to like go to the venue. And like when she gets there, I'm going to like serve her first drink or something. Like
That's cool.
cute. Yeah. So I'm going to I'm going to try to like document it. Although I'm like filming myself. So I don't know how like, maybe I'll ask like one of the waiters or something. I'll tip the waiters. Like, can you videotape me surprising my sister? But anyway, I'm so stoked because I know that she'll be very happy.
That's a nice formal party. What's the
well, my
setup?
brother-in-law, you know my brother. I mean, Wes. He like, if he's going to throw a party, he's going to make it a thing, you know. So there's a venue and they're serving like finger foods and
Maryland crab.
It's not like a sit-down dinner. It's kind of like there's a bar and like an outdoor patio and like,
cool.
You know, there's gonna be like 100 people there. It's like a big thing. And I'm like kind of like, it's only gonna be really friends, but I'm like, I hope I don't see people from high school. Other than like the 3 people that I like, you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see. So anyway, that's what's going on with us. What else is new? Not much. Work is kind of crazy. I wanted to actually talk about something that I saw on Instagram today that Bree, my assistant, doesn't agree with me, but I'm right and she's wrong. No, I'm just kidding. Britney Spears posted a picture yesterday, and you guys know I'm a big Britney fan. And she posted a picture of herself literally naked. Zoom on in. Show the people. A heart covering her badge, and then her hands covering her jams. And everyone went crazy. Like, this is not it. Like, you need help. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But do we remember, I don't know, someone else posting similar pictures that was called sexy and hot and this and that? And I'm just like, okay, so why is Kim Kardashian hot, but Britney Spears concerning? I want to know, like, poll. Like, let me know what you think. What do you think? What's the difference between these two pictures? Like, why is it okay for Kim to do it, but Britney, it's inappropriate, or it's you're being a bad mom, or you have a mental illness, or something's wrong with you, or you're being held captive, or like, why do we say that about Britney? But when Kim does it, it's like fashion, or it's like expression, or it's like sexy, hot. Like, what's the difference?
But who's we though? I mean,
collectively, that's what Brie thinks. That's what a ton of people think. I mean, if you look at the comment section on these pictures, you'll see.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Kim. You're so hot, slay. Yes, ma. And then Britney does it, and it's like, dude, get help.
Yeah, I think Britney has a very troubling brand, though. Like,
I agree with that. I think,
yeah.
But I think it's the brand that she has been made by the media, and I think that Britney headlines sell when you're talking about how crazy Britney is. Kim K headlines don't sell when you talk about how crazy Kim is. Kim K headlines sell by her doing something artistically, or like very sexy, or like, you know, exposing, I don't even know, whatever you would say. I don't really like the Kardashians very much, but
yeah, well, I think that Kim's brand is heavily curated, and it's very intentional, and it's very smart what she does. Britney's brand is like, they're trying to keep her from the cameras. So like, whether or not it's, I mean, I don't know. I just think both of it's a picture of a naked woman just who's desperate for attention.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
that's true. Like,
I don't see a difference, I guess, in my mind. It's like, oh yeah, like I understand why they're perceived differently, but it's the same person just in like a different life. Like,
yeah, I mean, I do want to say that like her C-section incision double back to back within a year, I'm fucking impressed, because I don't think that she probably did the work on it that like most of us had to do to get a nice flat healed incision. So I say, show it off, girl. This is the thing. This is what I think. I think that Britney, everyone in the comment section when Britney posts something like this, all of a sudden everyone's a psychologist. And it's like, I'm sorry, where did you get your psych degree from? Because
TikTok.
I'm pretty sure you don't know shit. And everyone wants to say Britney has a mental illness. I'm not saying that she doesn't have a mental illness, but we have never seen proof other than postpartum depression, which lots of us have experienced, postpartum anxiety, depression, delusion. That's very common, and you shouldn't punish someone for shaving her head and acting out and having a mental breakdown when she had 2 babies back to back. It was clearly a postpartum mental health issue. You can't punish that same person for the rest of her life and label her crazy because she had a mental episode post-birth. We've all had mental episodes post-birth. Some of us smaller than others, but we have never seen, and she has never said, I am bipolar or I have dementia, which is what her court papers say, which is clearly not the case. If you have dementia for the last 14 years, you're not remembering an entire show's worth of choreography for every single song on your set, and you're not gonna like remember every word to every song that you sing. I mean, so obviously that's untrue. Those papers were fudged by crooked doctors. And I just think, like, where's your evidence? Just because she acts different doesn't mean that she's crazy. And let's say even if she is, let's say she's bipolar. Why is it not okay for someone who's bipolar to express themselves with nudity if that's what they choose to do? It's okay for Kim K to do it, who doesn't have any mental illnesses that we know of. But it's not okay for Britney Spears to do it if she has mental illnesses. Why do we have like a different like box that we need to put people with a mental illness in, where they can't play by the same rules as the rest of society? Why do we judge them harder and say, oh, that's because she's crazy? Oh, she's doing that because she needs help. Well, but Kim K, you're not saying that about Kim K. So is it the frequency that she posts? Is it like, what is it? Because I don't get it. I'm not saying that I don't think anything's wrong with Britney. I mean, clearly she's gone through a lot of trauma, and that can definitely like hinder things, but like, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, kind of what I said. I mean, I don't really have a detailed analysis of it. I mean, it's...
But why do you think society treats people with mental illness differently than they do someone that doesn't, when they're doing like the exact same thing?
Yeah, I would say because they have a mental illness. Like, I don't know that society treats people fairly at any regard.
Right.
let alone like people that live in fishbowl. I mean, they both live in fishbowls, right? Like Britney's doing stuff that tens of thousands of moms do, hundreds of thousands of moms do in some way, shape, or form throughout the country.
Yeah.
And they just don't see it. We don't see it, or you see it on OnlyFans, right? Like it's a very small fishbowl. I mean, kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, like you just don't see it, right? They live in a fishbowl. If they take a dump or like have us like freak out after a night out of the club, everyone knows it. If I do it or you do it, like no one hears about it. So
yeah.
And I think the interesting thing about like juxtaposing the two, because I think they're kind of like it's very the same person, kind of, is that like Britney has like talent. Like that's always like been like I don't think people realize like how talentless
she's an
the Kardashians
actual artist,
are.
you guys. So like if she wants to express herself in an artistic way,
artists are just
nudity, weird dancing, weird dressing, whatever the fuck. She's an artist. That's what she is.
Yeah.
Like Kim Kardashian got famous for a sex tape that she purposely released.
Yeah. And to be honest, like she wasn't really that good at it. I mean, I've seen the evidence.
You did?
Like,
you saw the sex tape? She wasn't good?
I mean, I kind of have an idea.
What was she giving a blowy? What was she doing?
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good blowy.
I mean, I wouldn't like, I just don't see what the appeal is. Like to me, like, I don't like, I just don't know. Like to me, I look at that image and I'm like, whether it's like, to me, it's like the Kardashians have gone so far one way where it's just like, it's just so fake.
It's so fake.
Like you look at it and you're like, I guess the idea of it like kind of seems cool, but like Britney looks like the mom next door.
Yeah,
like,
that's another great point. That's another great point. It's like, okay, this Kim Kardashian image, you want to say that it's hot and it's sexy, whatever. This is like, she's posing, she's probably edited this picture. It's probably
Photoshopped. Amount of plastic surgery.
And there's a ton of surgery that happened here. I'm not saying Britney's never had surgery. Clearly, she probably has implants or whatever and maybe a nose job or something. But like, this is her real body, raw and edited at 40. I think she looks fucking great. Why aren't we applauding someone who's so influential to actually go out there and show her body without being edited in Photoshop, when the Kardashians can't even post one Instagram story without having a filtered face or a filtered body or whatever? Like the Kardashians, in my opinion, are so fake and unrelatable. And like, anyway, I relate more to Britney Spears, honestly, than I ever would to Kim Kardashian. I have nothing in common with her. Like from how she got famous, what she does, how she looks, like how she carries herself. It's just fake, 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 fake. It's so inauthentic, in my opinion. At least Britney, at the end of the day, she goes off with these rants and calls everyone like fucks her family. Da, 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 da. Like I respect that. Like, listen, it's a little annoying to hear it all the time, but like I do the same thing in my own way. You know, it's like,
yeah.
I don't, I say get down with your bad self. Like I think the world needs more authentic people who don't go along to get along or don't ride the what's acceptable in society as much. It's like, you want to do something a little bit differently, then go fucking do it. I think actually the world needs more Britney Spears, not less Britney Spears. And I think if you're looking at her like, oh, she's crazy because she posts these nudes or because she motherfucks her family in every other post, it's like maybe she's just trying to express herself and that's how she's doing it. So like, would you rather her just play the character that she's been playing for 20 years because that's what makes you feel more comfortable? Or is she allowed to be authentically her for the first time in maybe her entire life, and that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable because it's a little bit going against the grain of what you would expect? That's my thoughts.